Welcome to the new Mr. Frontend Podcast, and this is episode number 7. In this episode, I'm gonna tell you a few things about what most junior developers forget, mostly when they apply for a job. And I have some cool new web development, web design news, so stay tuned. So thanks for listening, and I'm happy that you are back. And if you want to stay up to date, you know where to subscribe on YouTube, on SoundCloud or iTunes. A few other services that host or stream out our podcast. So I will put a link in the description. And this episode, I want to share first a few things about the world of web development. And I've listened to the Syntax podcast, and in the new episode they talked a lot about new features in CSS. And the thing that I was most excited about is about CSS Variables. Well, if you want to know more about that, subscribe to the Syntax podcast. It's by Wes and his friend Scott, and I love to listen it. So I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. And in earlier videos I already mentioned NuxtJS, and NuxtJS is a framework on top of VueJS, and it is specially for serving VueJS and then server-side rendered. Well, I dove into it and it is awesome. And next to that, this coming year I want to dive in more on NuxtJS and VueJS, because there is a lot big of conference happening, but that will be coming, I will tell you. But I've also discovered this week a cool service called Netlify, and they are hosting front-end web applications, and they have a free version where you can host all kinds of Node.js, mostly front-end applications, and you can use it with a custom domain, and all for free. So I will put a link in the description. No, it's not an affiliate, but I highly recommend to check it out if you are, if you want to build cool front-end application with Node.js. And what I earlier mentioned is VueJS. I see there is a lot of growing in, there's a higher demand in VueJS at the moment, and it is growing. And in 2018, there will be in Amsterdam, of course, a awesome conference about VueJS. It is let me search it. I always forget it. Oops, that was the microphone. You can find it on VueJS.Amsterdam, and the whole website they built with VueJS, and it looks stunning, with a nice background, with a video. But the conference will be at the 16th of February in 2018 in the Theater of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So go to VueJS.Amsterdam and grab your tickets. So that was all for this week about some web development news. But I want to talk about the top 5 things that most junior developers forget. Mostly they forget to think about it before they apply to a new job. And the first thing is, you have to be ready. So be prepared. And the first thing is, most people forget to collect code examples. And with code examples, I mean, some codes that you experiment with, maybe a code pen or a JS fiddle, a small demo, a little application. Most people forget to collect them so they can send it with the when they apply to a new job, when they send an email to a company and with all their details, they mostly forget that stuff. And it is also important to put it on your portfolio. Especially when you are a junior developer, a portfolio is very important. So not only with a nice design, but also if you are a developer and want to show that, put on some code examples, some code demos, CodePen, JS Fiddle, and that is gonna show the business where you apply for a job. It's gonna show you your quality and your level of expertise. So that's the first important thing. And next to that, and it may be a combination, and also when you apply for a job and you have your code examples, don't forget your previous projects. If you have already had a job as a junior developer, don't forget that you can copy some of the codes from your previous projects. Some JavaScript code, some CSS, some HTML or Angular or React or whatever you worked on. But take that codes as a copy, and if you doubt if you can do that, if you doubt about it, you can ask for permission, but you can definitely use that code as an example that you have written, and especially if you are proud of it, I would highly recommend to do it. So you can also put these codes on your portfolio website. So that was the second thing that is very important. And a third point is also a very important thing. And when you read a job description and think for yourself, why do I want to work for that company? Or why do they even want me on the job? It is not that you know who the people is gonna be who is looking for your application, but you definitely have to think about it and be prepared, especially if you go for a job interview at that company. It is important that you are prepared. So think about it. Maybe write it down for yourself. Because, if you have to think about it on the spot, it can be a little bit hard. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it helped me a lot with preparing. Why do they want me? Or why do I want to work for them? So think about it. That was my third tip that you need to think about before you apply for the job. And I already mentioned it in the third point, but in the next point I want to point out that a lot of people, if they want to apply for a job and they want it so badly because they want to have a job, maybe because you don't have a job, and then you don't read the descriptions or the job descriptions very carefully. And well, that is very important, because if you don't read the job description carefully, you don't know what they can ask you on a interview, and you don't know if you even can see yourself in that position. And maybe they asking all kinds of difficult stuff, but be ready to answer their questions. And if they ask you, are you at that level where we just want to have you for, then please be honest. And that's also the fifth point. Be honest how good you are, and be honest when you know that you have to grow. Because I know that the truth will always comes back. Oh wow, it's raining here in the Netherlands. It's cold but raining, but sorry for the noise. But it's very important that you know why you apply for that job and know why you want to work for that company. So always be, the truth will always come true. I don't know if you know that saying, but if you lie about how good you are, then at some point you will bust it. But be honest, that always helped me. And some people like bluffing. You can do that, maybe a little bit, but don't make it too hard for yourself with bluffing, because at the end, they always gonna find out. And if you tell them beforehand that you are at a certain level, but definitely want to grow, then they know that you are highly motivated. And well, if I would search for a developer in my company, well, I don't have a company, but if I would definitely remember those people that are highly motivated to grow. And that is a very important skill to have. So I hope that, with these 5 tips that it will help you. So let's go back and just, sum up the 5 top tips that I have for, before applying for a job. So the first thing is collect your code examples and put them on your portfolio. The second is take code snippets from your previous projects, and especially the code snippets where you are extremely proud of. That will also help. The third is think about a few reasons why they would pick you, or why do you want to work for that company. Not only because you want to have a job, but a motivated answer why you want to work for them. The fourth tip is read the job description carefully, because you want to be prepared when they want to invite you for a job interview. You had to know a certain thing about the company and about what they're asking. So be prepared. And the fifth is always be yourself. Don't pretend like someone else, or don't pretend that you are better. Be honest, but be honest in that you are highly motivated, because that is a very important skill. All the frameworks that are right now here, in a few years they are completely different, maybe disappeared. So highly motivated to learn something new is very important. So that was my 5th. I hope that these tips will help you in being prepared for when you apply for a new job. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. And please let me know, when do you listen to these podcasts? Let me know on Twitter or on Facebook, on Instagram. Well, if you want Instagram, send me a direct message, or on Twitter, and I would love to know from you what you love about it or what you hate about it, because I want to make it better, and I want to make it better for you. So please don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on iTunes, or all other services that I will put a link in the description. So hopefully see you next time. Bye.